Hey guys, welcome to Black Span. I am so sorry about my colorism is worse than white supremacy video. I did read the comments and I do see that the audio did cut out, so that's my fault. So I'm here to re-record it. You know, I just be flying off the dome, so this is non-scripted. This is reality TV, goddamn it. So let's get right into it. So the reason why I say that is because white supremacy is forced upon us by a certain group of people. In other words, we can see that enemy. We can see who is saying these things about us, who is putting out the negative stereotypes about us, who is causing degradation in our communities. We can see that. We can see white supremacy for what it is. We can look at the racist laws and bylaws, such as the crime bill and stuff like that, and understand it. But when it comes to colorism, colorism is worse because it's perpetuated by us. Okay, now, the original division probably did come up from the slave days when they was letting, house nigga and field nigga, when they was causing dissension within our group as a whole. And that was, what, 170 years ago? So it's almost 200 years ago since chattel slavery ended. Don't let them tell you it was 500 years ago. No. This shit ended in the 1700s. No, in the 1800s. Nigga, we are 20 years into the millennium. You know what I'm saying? So we're about 170 years. If you count Reconstruction and all that stuff, we're about 160, closer to 160 years. So I could somewhat understand us still being brainwashed, but I can't understand us still perpetuating these type of things within our own community. You know what I mean? And that's what makes colorism so much worse, because it's us tearing down us for them. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like black people were outsourced to ruin themselves, And we're not taking that into consideration. Like when, again, like I said in that first video before the audio cut out, with that whole Danny Lee situation. Danny Lee is a Euro Latina. So she is very well aware of colorism and what it is, because it's very prominent in Hispaniola, where she's from. She's from Dominican Republic. They took it and turned it into Haiti and the Dominic. You know what I'm saying? But it was just really it's really just one place. So with her being from there, and recently, 2 or 3 years ago, didn't all the light-skinned Dominicans get together and classify all the dark-skinned Dominicans that were born there, classify them as Haitians, and send them off to Haiti after Haiti had just went through a traumatic earthquake? You know what I'm saying? So they basically sentenced them dark-skinned people to die. And they was like, well, we don't got no proof of who we are because we was born here. You know what I'm saying? So basically, oh, y'all too dark to be from here. Y'all got to be from Haiti. You see what I'm saying? So that bitch know what colorism is. Her parents don't like her doing that nigga jigaboo music. I did it again. Music. So she's very well aware what colorism is. But the problem came in for me is when her dark-skinned boyfriend, the baby, he commented 3 yellow dots. Instead of saying, hey, baby, take this shit down. That shit lame. My kid's black as shit. My kid's dark-skinned. My baby mama dark-skinned. Take that bullshit down. Instead of doing that, he stood on what the fuck she was saying and put 3 yellow dots. And she not even a yellow bone. You know what I'm saying? Sidebar. We have to stop inviting all these people into our race. We have to abolish that term, people of color. If that's the case, everybody's people of color. White people are people of color. White is a color, is it not? You see what I'm saying? They like to say white is the absence of color, but when it comes down to hue and people, it is a color. So everybody's people of color. You know what I'm saying? That minorities. Everybody is a minority. Except for us, we're the majority, but we get treated like the minority. Lyndon B. Johnson knew what he was doing when he was negotiating with the ignorance of Martin Luther King. So let's get back on topic. White supremacy is colorism is a lot worse than white supremacy because we are downing ourselves. We're taking half of our population, which is the majority. It's just like the $5 ending video. Look down below. While I was saying that they take the first step of colonism is to create a bastard offspring. So they have our bastard offspring to regulate us and keep us in check. So that's why you see a overwhelming number of interracial couples on television, because they need us to make them some more overseers, aka some more biracials. So they could pick a race to be loyal to, which is most likely going to be the dominant race, which is the white race. A lot of interracial kids, especially if they don't grow up in poverty, they pick the side of the dominant race. You know what I'm saying? A wealthy biracial woman is going to more than likely marry a wealthy European man. You see what I'm saying? Whereas a poor biracial woman is more likely to marry a semi-successful or successful black man. You see what I'm saying? So we're perpetuating these things up on our own community, where we are basically disenfranchising our dark. You know what I'm saying? And of course they're gonna pick a dark-skinned man, because without that dark-skinned man, they cannot make the type of offspring that they need to make in order to continue to oversee us and keep us in check, and basically declassify us as from who we are. If they want to turn us into one big melting pot. I don't want to live in a melting pot. I've already explained to you guys why. So another example I want to give you is when Beyonce made Brown Skin Girl, and everybody got upset. But what they didn't realize is almost every girl's a brown skin girl, no matter what race. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can tell she has a team and she has publicists. Whereas Danny Lee obviously does not. Anybody can classify as a brown skin girl. A Haitian, Indian, Arabian, somebody from Saudi Arabia, somebody from Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? Then you have us here. You know what I'm saying? Then the sad part about it is a lot of us we can't just say we're dark-skinned just out of straight fear of being attacked by colorism or being labeled as such, because you start saying you dark-skinned. I had a dark-skinned cousin. I was telling her, you dark-skinned. I'm brown. Like, what the fuck? So saying that we're brown skinned has become a safety net for us almost. And that's sad. I'm dark skinned. I'm happy I'm dark skinned. I'm proud to say I'm dark skinned. Motherfuckers love to say I'm brown. Look at the inside of your arm. Like, bitch, I got an orange undertone because I'm from a line of chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you're set to inherit your tribe, in my tribe, they say that the orange skin is a sign of my royalty, for lack of a better term, within my tribe. So I basically come from a line of chiefs, and eventually if we hadn't had colonialism come into play, then I would be, a chieftain. So anywho, what we have to realize is that white supremacy has done its damage, and it's going to continue to do its damage. But it's only because we are so busy fighting colorism to deal with the enemy. It's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? It's a distraction caused by us for us. We are distracting ourselves from our true enemy because of the simple fact that that we're paying attention to shit that has nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So now we have women like San Santana, black women treat Latina women better and all this here shit. And then Joe Budden didn't come out and say, bro, I like you, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with you being Latina. You know what I'm saying? It's like the black men are perpetuating this, and then we all end up in concentration camps. It's like, who's the blame? Who's the fault? We're going to be fighting over who got us in the concentration camps as opposed to how to get the fuck out of them. You see, as long as we have this turmoil and this turbulent relationship between the sexes, between the hues, then we won't be able to fight the real problem, which is racism and white supremacy. So it's like we have to stop that. Everybody's invited to the cookout. Like, what the fuck? I ain't even been to the goddamn cookout. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck all these whites and Mexicans got there. Shit. And so let me explain to you what a Euro-Latina is. A Euro-Latina is a descendant of Spaniards. Spaniards are Spanish-speaking Europeans, Spanish-speaking white people. So when the Spaniards came and invaded or colonized what we call now the Dominican Republic and Haiti, you know what I'm saying? Haiti is is the dark, and the light-skinned perversion is and of Hispaniola is the Dominican Republic. So what we have to kind of understand is, I keep bringing up that island because I want y'all to see how divisive it is. You know what I'm saying? Colorism, how much it divides us into two separate people when we're really just one people. One people just happen to be descendants and offspring of rape, and you shouldn't be proud of that, and it should keep you from furthering your association with the European. But instead, you associate more. It's almost as if light-skinned people have Stockholm Syndrome, whereas they cannot no longer identify their captor as their enemy, but actually a loved one of some sort. You see what I'm saying? Whereas back in the day, like my grandmother, for example, was fairly light-skinned. But if you called her anything other than an indigenous woman, you'd probably get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have a really, really light-skinned homegirl, slash client. Well, she's more so my client, but she's a really cool client. And she's just as pale as this pillow. Hey, Lexus. But tell her that she is mixed, or confuse her with a mixed bitch. You're going to get your ass whooped. She going to let you know real quick. My parents are both black. You got me fucked up. So, it's like we're like a country divided, like Haiti and Dominican Republic. Just think of them as us. And black men are the main perpetuators of this. Long hair, thick red bone, open up their legs like filet mignon, that ussy. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You have yellow bone, what he want? That song was trash. And then you have other songs like that where men are putting these light-skinned women on a pedestal. Bow Wow tried to pander to dark-skinned women, and he made that video where the leading lady was dark-skinned, and he was like, you know, dark-skinned girls get treated real bad. He said, I want to sit in park. Wow, so I wanted the leading lady of my video in the video to be dark-skinned. You know what I'm saying? That was a failed attempt. He got talked down so much about it until, you know what I'm saying, now you won't catch him with around no dark-skinned sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because he got reamed for it. Chris Brown recently got into it with Tokyo Vanity, remember? Where she won't let light-skinned girls in his section. I think that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? There's bitches for everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's women for everybody. You could let dark-skinned girls in your section and still just go home with a light-skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to exclude them. We're excluding dark-skinned women from life, period. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make sense to me. You have all these football players who are divorcing these white women who are saying they're verbally abused, constantly called black ass, constantly called nigga. Well, I don't feel sorry for you because that's what you did. You got with her because she wasn't black, and she treated you like she wasn't black. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in the exchange of energy through sex. You know what I'm saying? I believe in soul ties. So understand that every time the baby goes in Danny Lee naked head, his penis and his spirit is gonna come out with more and more hate and discontent for women of my hue or my color, because he's sleeping with someone that has that discontent and that dislike for her. You know what I'm saying? Or that superialistic mindset about. You see what I'm saying? Just like a lot of black men who date outside their race, they end up talking down on their dark-skinned counterparts or the women that look more like them. You know what I'm saying? And it's because in sex, they're exchanging their energy. Just like a white girl can start messing with a dope boy, and all of a sudden she start acting ghetto a little bit. That's because she's taking that energy away from him through his phallus. So we have to understand it's a lot deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Colorism is not a preference. Let me tell you how colorism and preferences differ. I'm going to bring up Chris Brown again for an example so that we can follow the flow of conversation. Hey, y'all, sit down. So we can follow the flow of conversation. When Chris Brown said no light-skinned girls in my section, right? That's prejudice for him to do so. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he was to let every woman of no matter what hue in his section to party with him and his entourage, and he chose to go home or to sleep with a light-skinned woman that came in with the rest of the women, that's preference. You see what I'm saying? So let's not get the two confused. So there's a reason why there's more women, more and more women that look like me are less and less likely to get married because you guys are perpetuating this. Now, let me tell you how this falls into the hands or right into the lap of white supremacy. Because if more women like me are single and not getting married to men that look like me, whether they're fairer or darker, then there's going to be less of me to be born. There's going to be less black people born. We're diminishing our own race and we're replenishing their race. Where right now they're minus birth rate. Pretty soon they're going to be an equal birth rate. They're going to be an equal birth rate. You want to know why? Because they're going to keep having European babies through us. Because once the mix get with the mix and start having mixed babies, eventually they're going to be first generation European. I already showed that to you in the videos below. If you take a look at the grandchild of Grace Jones. Grace Jones had a baby with a Spaniard, which is a European Spanish-speaking man. Her son, it was biracial, mixed with Spaniard and African, right? So this mixed man got with a fully European woman, and they did not have a mixed baby. They had a white baby. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe me, Google Grace Jones' grandchild. That little baby got red hair and blue eyes like her mama. So they are using us to breed us out. Why do you think you see on TV, you don't see black couples? If you do see a black couple, they're going to be very, very light-skinned. You see what I'm saying? Or they're going to be a black man with a racially ambiguous woman where you're not going to be able to tell what she is. You're just going to throw her in the black category because we love to claim motherfuckers is black that don't be black. You know what I'm saying? Danny Lee, for example, perms her hair to get it curly like that. A perm is to cause curls. A relaxer is to relax curls away. Understand that those are two different things. So her original picture, her hair is black, long, and stringy, and looks like my weave, like every other Mexican girl looks. You see what I'm saying? So we have to kind of get it through our heads that we are causing our own degradation in our own communities. And if our black men keep doing this to us, like, we're going to be out of there as a race. If he keeps putting his phallus in these non-black women, there's not going to be anything left for us. We are going to be out of there. Out of there. So at some point, we're going to have to say, damn, bro, we got to change this shit. You know what I'm saying? At some point, we're going to have to want more and we're going to have to want better. At some point, we're going to have to ask ourselves, what are we doing? You see what I'm saying? What is going to happen? And I urge you, black men, you know what I'm saying? If you like light-skinned women, fine. Just make sure that they're light-skinned black women. I'm not hating on nobody getting married or nobody choosing up. But, bro, as soon as you put your baby in a Euro-Latina or European woman, we out of there. You are extinguishing us as a race. And it's like, you got a black mama. Pretty soon, your great-grandchildren won't look nothing like you. You won't even recognize them. You will just be a black spot and a black embarrassment in a family reunion. I went to a lot of all-white schools coming up, and I'm telling you, they all have that one great black grandfather, just like we all have that one great black great-grandfather or mother from back in the colonial times. So it's almost as if colorism is an outsourced company to white supremacy. You see where I'm going with this? I'm coming. I was using my oven to heat up the downstairs. You know, heat goes up. So whenever I cut the heat on, upstairs be boiling and downstairs be cold as shit. And I had to put my fire alarm in my jacket. So it was reading off some gas. So I turned it off. So understand that. Understand that's why this video is typed, colorism is worse than white supremacy, because we are working for the enemy and we're not knowing it. And I believe that we're extinguishing our own race. You know what I'm saying? Remember, America's biggest problem is the nigger problem. And they can't legitimately continue to claim our lands like, we will always have a claim to this land. You see what I'm saying? If they don't get rid of us. That's the only way to make that deal go through is for us to die. You see what I'm saying? Or else we can always ask for reparations. We can always fight. We can always cause a war and take our lands back. You know what I'm saying? And put them out. Expropriation without compensation. That shit is happening in South Africa right now. If you don't know what that is, educate yourself. Expropriation without compensation. Basically, you stole this land. I don't give a fuck if you've been here if this farm been in your family for 200 years. Get the fuck up out of here. No, we not compensating you for it. No, we not buying it from you. You tricked the Aborigine that own this land out of it, and we are taking it back from you. Goodbye, good day. Have a safe journey back to Ireland or wherever the fuck you from over there in European land. That's what expropriation without compensation is. So, and we can do all that here as long as we are alive. But if they breed us out, breeding us out is the same as killing us. You know what I'm saying? As long as we cease to exist is the goal of white supremacy and racism. And we are helping them accomplish that goal because we are not standing up for what is right. We are letting the music industry hypnotize us into thinking that black isn't beautiful. Whereas in the 70s, that's all everybody was saying. Black is beautiful. Afros are beautiful. Bitch, you gorgeous. You look good. Every man was breaking his back to be with a dark-skinned woman. Dark skin was popular in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? The dark-skinned woman was popping in my lifetime. The chocolate woman was popping in my lifetime. Even in that I Got a Crush on You song, he was saying, get lit, getting some chocolate, something, LOX was saying. You know what I'm saying? Dark skin was popping. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s. And it was more dark-skinned babies being born. Everybody wanted a chocolate baby. You know what I'm saying? If anybody is in their 30s or anybody that was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s like me, you know everybody wanted a chocolate baby. Everybody wanted a chocolate man, a chocolate woman. Chocolate men was attracted to chocolate women. Chocolate women was attracted to chocolate men. You know what I'm saying? Till Albie Shore fine ass came along. Then everybody wanted a light-skinned man. But anyway, who is it? Who?
This is Melville Camille property.
Yes, what can I do for you?
I was going to fix your balance for you.
My balance?
Your balance at your back window? Was that?
Oh, he glued it up yesterday when he came in and fixed the kitchen cabinet.
Oh, he glued it up?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you want me to leave these clips with you just in case?
Just in case it falls? Yeah. If these are little white things that's in the middle part?
Yeah, the clips on the actual blind and holds the balance up.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, dear. You have a great day.
You too.
So, yeah. So, what we have to do is we have to get in the, that scared the shit out of me. God damn, nigga. My doorbell work. What is it with everything black people? Doorbell don't work. That's what I hate that stereotype. Bitch, my doorbell work. Press that motherfucker. I thought there was the motherfucking police, bitch. Luckily, I ain't scared of the laws. Nigga, click, click, bang. But anyway, so, we have to, fuck, my heart pumping fast in a bitch, y'all. We have to kind of, understand that we're doing it to our own detriment. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Kodak Black said, he don't want no dark-skinned babies. What's wrong with a dark-skinned baby? Like, what happened to the days where people just wanted a healthy baby? You know what I'm saying? It's like now we're trying to breed out our genetics. Now, a dark-skinned man wouldn't dare touch a woman a man my color wouldn't dare be with a woman my color because they don't want their children to have this color. Like, let me tell you something. Kids are mean anyway. Kids that have mean parents grow up to be mean children. So, it's not like, and I'm not saying it's right, but a light-skinned person being made fun of is not being made fun of because they're light-skinned. They're being made fun of because that child is an asshole. You know what I'm saying? A dark-skinned child, you know, when they say, oh, your name is 11:59, you know, because you so black, you know, you midnight. You know what I'm saying? They're just saying that because they're assholes. And they probably have asshole parents. So, we shouldn't let that childhood bullyism deter our entire life. Like, you're going to base your entire life on how you treat people and your preference of people based on how you was picked on by an adolescent in your adolescent phase of life. Like, I understand that could be scarring. You know what I'm saying? Being bullied can fuck up anybody's outlook on themselves. But it shouldn't be, yeah, y'all see that's the Talisa Gentry painting. Look up, y'all. That's, yeah. She the shit. So, that shouldn't deter you guys from who you were meant to be and who you're gonna be as you get older. You know what I'm saying? We are carrying the torch of white supremacy on to all our doorsteps. You know what I'm saying? We are helping them with the plan to annihilate their black. And that's a damn shame. I've seen a lot of good black men marry Mexicans, marry white women, you know what I'm saying, that are only with them because they want to get that. Okay, I'll give you an example. Remember that group on, if you go on, this girl's channel named Paris Milan. She's Milan, like in Asia, or whatever the fuck Milan is. But she's the only person I saw that actually had the screenshots. I saw the screenshots on a different blog. It wasn't a video blog. It was an actual blog site. Whereas it was a private group chat with a lot of people from Snapchat. And they was just talking about black men, how they would try them, how they wouldn't date them. And how that most of the white girls that fuck with black boys end up being single parents anyway. I'd rather be with a white man. Or, you know what I'm saying, like how, you know what I'm saying, and black men got mad. Like, why y'all get mad that these white women want to be with white men? What the fuck? That's crazy. And then they also said that black men will do anything to be with us. They'll do anything we say. Nobody want to be with no man like that. Like, it's crazy. Like, they was hoeing black men in them Snapchats. Go check that shit out. It's Paris Million. I think she did the video like about 5 or 6 months ago. Y'all got to go check that video out so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Again, Doja Cat, for example. Black men got mad at her because she's like, I date white men. Like, what the fuck? She's half white. She was raised by the white side of her family, her African father, whom she has never met. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what the fuck? You can't expect race loyalty from someone who is biracial. Biracial is a race. That lady is not black. We love to try to claim everybody is black. She is not black. Yet, she is more famous than Harmony, the black girl that played on that show on Channel 26 after Empire go off. That girl can sing, dance, and act, but the fact that she is darker than me or dark as me, she won't be as famous as somebody like Danny Lee, who was an imposter in the black community. You know, she's a woman of color. She's not black. She's not indigenous. She probably don't have a drop of indigenous blood in her body. If she do, it was from a long time ago's days. Long time ago's days. But yeah, so it's like we don't get the big picture as a people. Number one, we can't even say that we're as a people yet. But as a people, we don't look at the big picture. We're not looking at the fact that, okay, if every one of us has a biracial baby, and every biracial baby that we have get with a white person, what is that going to do for our race? Kill it. You want to live or you want to die? It's as simple as that. We're eradicating our own people through colorism. Colorism is going to be the death of us all. All of us. Because right now you have Hispanics saying that they're yellow bones. What the fuck? There's such thing as blackfishing right now, where white people are taking on black aesthetics and getting paid for it. A white model in blackface get paid more than the actual black model. Remember that cover on Vogue magazine? It was entitled Black Queen, but it was a white woman painted black with golden armor on. And black men are the main culprits. It's like they weakened our man and got him to bend to their will, to do what he wanted him to do. And he's thinking he's just being social. Well, guess what, motherfucker? There's a such thing as social engineering. Social engineering is a thing. It's a big part of sociology. So we have to understand that we're doing it to ourselves. My cousin, Michelle, she's as light as right here. She's as light as my wrist with 2 black parents. You see what I'm saying? So we can have light-skinned kids on our own. So you don't have to just go out and fuck a white bitch just to have light-skinned kids. That's fucking crazy. And then I'm gonna be honest with you. Our DNA, our Eve gene does not mix well with the DNA of other races. That's why you see a lot of biracial people with all these skin problems and stuff like that. Their body's confused. Do I go in the sun to get my vitamin D or can I not? Am I going to burn? Do I have to burn? Like, bro, we killing ourselves with diluting our bloodline for what? For what? For outward beauty? I mean, what is really the point? Colorism is going to be the death of us all, and it's because it's propagated on us, by us. It's like black on black crime. Even though I don't believe in black on black crime, I believe in proximity crime. You commit crimes where you at. But we're going to say black on black crime is a thing. Colorism is like black on black crime. We propagate it ourselves and we do it to ourselves. So it's like, it's kind of like engaging in a battle and you're fighting for your enemy without knowing it. So like I said, do you want to live or die? You're going to preference yourself to death. This is Black Span and I'm out.